Hi guys, it's Andy from NismoTech, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a system that's been sent over to me from Gladiator Psu. And this is the Quantum 1060. It's right behind me there, just doing a couple more tests and benchmarks ready for this video. So the system itself is a Kaby Lake i3 7100, 8 gig of RAM. It's got an Asus 1060 3GB and a pretty decent case as well. So we're going to be sort of going over the specification, etc., talking to you about performance in games, doing some benchmarking, etc. But one thing that's quite crucial about this particular system is that if you were to go and spec this up on PC Part Picker and then add around about £5 to £6 more on top of that price, Gladiator Psu can send it to you fully built, tested and ready to go out of the box for an extra £6. Pretty good. So let's go over the specification and see what you get for your money. So what do you get for your money on this gaming orientated system? Firstly, the case. It's made by a company called GameX, and when I initially saw the specification of the system, I must say I wasn't exactly expecting a great deal from the case due to it kind of really being a budget case. But my mind was very quickly changed within a short period of time as I spent a bit of time looking around the system. It features a tinted tempered glass side panel which looks absolutely fantastic, and it also has a couple of RGB fans in the front, along with the RGB lighting around the outside of the front of the case, which does make it look very premium and sort of fitting into the way that the market is going with RGB lighting at the moment. The build quality is pretty damn good. Grommeted holes everywhere, plenty of space, lots of tie down points, lots of expandability option, and a really good overall layout. What I have done is made a kind of showcase video showing all the lighting options, which I'll leave a link to down below and also on NismoTech.com. At the top of the case, you have got I/O features that you normally find, your usual array of buttons and audio jacks, etc. But this case also comes with a built-in card reader. You've also got a fan controller and also a button that can change the various different RGB modes as well. In terms of expandability, obviously you've got plenty of room to install additional graphics cards. If you don't go for an all-in-one, you've obviously got room to install one of them as well. You've got plenty of hard drive storage options as well, with an additional 3 2.5-inch drives and also a couple of 3.5-inch drives in there as well. So onto the internal guts of the system. What Gladiator have done with this particular model is gone for the Gigabyte B250 HD 3P motherboard, which I actually think looks quite nice with the overall look of the system. And obviously you've got quite a lot of nice features. You've got upgrade possibilities in there as well. You've got an M.2 NVMe compatible slot in there, 6 SATA connections. You've got 4 DDR4 DIMM slots that you can install up to 64 gigs of RAM at 2400 megahertz. Obviously support for additional GPUs if you do want to install a couple more. And you've also got a USB Type-C connection on the rear I/O. In addition to that, you've also got multiple fan headers. You've got an Intel Gigabit LAN, 4 USB 3.1 ports, 2 USB 2 ports, in addition to the 2 USB 3 and 2 USB 2 that are connected on the front I/O of the case. And it's even VR ready for those looking to take the plunge into that area of gaming. Sitting at the heart of the motherboard is the Intel i3 7100 Kaby Lake processor. Now this processor is running at 3.9 GHz at stock. It's a dual-core processor with 4 threads, but it's more than capable of providing enough power for gaming and video editing and other such needs as well. The memory is being handled by Corsair. We have 8 GB of their Vengeance LPX DDR4 RAM, and it's running at 3000 MHz. It again, being in black, fits really nicely with the system and gives you an upgradability for the future. So the graphics on this system is being handled by the Asus GTX 1060 3GB in white, which again fits very nicely with the look of this system. Features 3 GB of DDR5 and comes with a core clock of 1594 MHz and can boost all the way up to 1809 MHz. CUDA core count comes in at 1152, and in terms of the connection, you have got a single DVI-D, 2 HDMI 2, 2 DisplayPort 1.4, and again this card is actually VR ready as well. Now onto the storage, and this is kind of where things have been upgraded from the original base specification on this particular system. So as standard, the base model comes with a Seagate Barracuda 1TB hard drive But the model they have sent me has been upgraded to also include a 250GB Hynix SL308 SSD, which is running the pre-installed Windows 10. Another upgrade from the base model is the CPU cooler. By default, this system comes with the stock Intel cooler, but I'd very much highly recommend going for an aftermarket cooler. In this example, they have upgraded it to the brilliant Be Quiet Pure Rock. Not only does it look the part in the system, shining and sort of standing out with the help of the case LEDs, but it's also extremely quiet and can handle high temperatures. I've actually found this out during a separate review that I've done of this particular cooler, which you'll be able to find on my channel coming soon. And then finally, to finish the system off, it's all powered by a 500-watt Recon Integrator Psu. It is 80% efficient, has got a variety of different cables and connections, so it's also future-proof for you if you do want to add that additional graphics card or additional storage. And it's also plenty powerful enough for this system. Okay, so we're now on the Gladiator PC website. I'm just going to go and find the system that we're currently reviewing. As you can see, there's quite a number of different gaming systems on here. So we've got the Quantum that we've been looking at. And as you can see here, we've got the base specification for this particular system. Now, you can go in and change the processor if you want. Obviously, every time you sort of knock it up a level, etc., the price over on the right-hand side here is going to change. The Gigabyte motherboard, 8 gig of RAM, the 1060 on there as well. Seagate hard drive, and obviously you've got the options to add additional ones, etc. So the base model is coming in at £700. The other thing to point out is, as well, this does come with a 4-year warranty. I believe it says that. Yeah, here we go. A 4-year warranty, which is really good. It's a fantastic amount of time to have, you know, a warranty period for on a brand new system. So for £700, you have also got finance options as well. So you can go and talk to them about financing this particular system or any of their systems. But for £700, you can have this system shipped to you, built, tested, ready to go out of the box. Now, if we go on to PC Part Picker, you can see down here all the different components are on the system here, and it's coming in at £695. So for an extra £5 on top, like I said, it's all ready to go, shipped to you. And there are a couple of benefits of that. Number one, it takes a bit of time to build a PC system, so it takes that time away from you. You don't have to worry about that. And in addition to that, if you're building a system with all these different components, there is a possibility that one of them might be a bit faulty, and obviously then you're going to have to RMA that particular part or component of the system. Whereas with this, everything's there, done and ready. And if you're looking, you know, first time looking to buy a gaming PC, really, you cannot go wrong with this. Paying an extra £5 to get that guarantee that everything is going to work and it's going to come straight to you out of the box. Now, obviously, like I said, we have got the upgraded version, or slightly upgraded. So I'm just going to go in and pick that 250 gig SSD, and the cooler is a Be Quiet Pure Rock. So at the moment, that's coming in at £803. And if we go on to PC Part Picker, it's £791. So, yeah, about £11 to £12 more for that exact system that has been sent to me for review. So that's £803 compared to what you can pay on PC Part Picker at £791. I think that's a fantastic deal. So if you do go and get a system from Gladiator PC, you'll be happy to know that everything does come with the system. Not only do you get the motherboard box, the CPU box, the manuals, the CD drivers, various other bits and pieces like that that you might need in the future going forward. You also get little treats like Haribo. I also got a mug, a beanie, a couple of pens, etc. But the system does come extremely well packaged as well. As you can see from the video here in front of you, everything is very much thought of to ensure that there is no damage during shipping, and that everything literally is ready for you to get the system out of the box, plug it in, and get up and running. Okay, so let's now go on to the benchmarks and see how well this system actually performs. So the first benchmark that I did was Dirt 3, and we actually got an average of 143 on the benchmark, and also during gameplay as well. Absolutely fantastic, no issues at all running this particular game. On to the next benchmark then, and we're on to Grid Autosport. And again, a very good set of results. 81 FPS I got out of this game on the benchmark, and also weren't playing the game, even though I'm not very good at Grid Autosport at all. It was extremely enjoyable, and I didn't notice any problems with the graphic. So on to the last built-in benchmark, and it comes with Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is actually a game that you can choose to get free with this particular system, with it being a 1060. It's a deal that's ongoing with NVIDIA cards at the moment, and the benchmark gave us a score of 51.4. Onto Far Cry, and during gameplay I had it all set to Ultra in terms of the graphics setting, and I averaged around about 65 FPS on this. There was a little bit of screen tearing on here as well, but overall it was a pretty pleasant experience. Finally, on to Metro Last Light, and this game was pretty good indeed. Very high settings on the graphics, 120 FPS, very enjoyable to play. Didn't notice any problems at all, and the graphics were extremely crisp and clear. Okay, so now on to the synthetic benchmark results. I did quite a number of them. You've got 3D Mark in there, Passmark. You've also got Geekbench, Cinebench, Asus Real Bench, and also some IDA64 benchmark results as well. Now you may be wondering how hot this system gets under load. I did do a stress test using IDA64, and the highest temperature the CPU got to was 54 degrees. And for the Asus 1060 graphics card, I used Furmark to do some stress testing with, and the hottest that got was 73 degrees. Okay, so now on to my final thoughts about the Quantum gaming rig from Gladiator PC. First of all, the case. Absolutely love the case. The RGB, the layout, the build quality. I did think it was going to be a pile of crap, to be honest, when I first saw it, but really impressed with the case. Fantastic. Hopefully I might be able to get one of them in for review as well. In terms of the base sort of model specification that you get, it's really good. You get a 1060 graphics card, you got a KB Link processor, you got 8 gig of RAM. It's perfect for 1080p gaming. So if you are looking for your first gaming rig and you maybe don't know how to build one or a bit nervous about it, go and get one of these. You're literally paying an extra £5–6 on top compared to what you can buy the parts for, and get it straight to the door. 10 minutes to unpack it and away you go. Absolutely fantastic, really good value for money. One thing that I will say is definitely go and get a better cooler than what you get stock, or the stock cooler on the base configuration. Don't go for that, get something a bit better. The Be Quiet option is really good for that. Obviously the improvement with the SSD as well, you're going to get faster performance from that. So those are the two that I would definitely do. And then obviously you can potentially go and increase more memory, etc. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Gladiator PC for sending this over to me for review. I've really enjoyed getting to know the system and playing quite a few games actually on it, to be fair. Absolutely fantastic value for money. You cannot knock this system. And I think the way that it's sort of going at the moment with the industry, the fact that you have to pay an extra £5 to get this to your door, it makes you kind of think whether or not building your own system is kind of worth it in a way. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you do, please do leave a comment down below. Let me know kind of what you would go for if you were to go and pick this particular system up. There'll be links down below as well to Gladiator PC website. Go and check them out. Go and have a look at the finance options if that might be of interest to you. But also just have a play around with the configurator on this and look at the other systems as well. They have got some really good value for money systems, which will be, you know, perfect for what you are potentially looking for. Anyway, my name's Andy. I'm from NismoTech. Check out the website nismotech.com, and I'll see you in my next video.